All right. Hello. Let me move him. I need you to move, my friend. Or move that way. Hello, everybody. We are day 2, Playground of Safety. So yesterday we had very much a horse that was frozen and very, very still. This shows us the other part of that horse kind of stuck in survival. Head up. We had very high freeze yesterday, and he thawed enough that now we've got a little movement today. So to me, this is a real step in the right direction. And this is Charlotte. And I've got a little sound thing, so hopefully we'll have better sound today. But we are doing Playground of Safety. This horse came in, very high connection, high freeze, but things were blowing him up, especially going to and from the ring and when somebody would go to get on him at the ring. So he has proven to be very high connection, and he's gotten by and been very successful doing things that were very high connection. I'm gonna back up so he doesn't mess with my flag. Good. Nice. So horses like this that are very high connection, high freeze, they don't relax. They don't know what it's like to be under the influence of endorphins. Endorphins give us overall sense of well-being, and they give us more pain-relieving power than morphine, but they also give us maximum athletic potential. They give us the play, the motivation, the fun back in life, and we need to help this horse find that again. So I'm going to stand here in a little Playground of Safety. You saw he came out a little more lively. Now he's lined up behind me. The first blowout. He never blowed out yet. He never blew out yesterday. Blowing out tells us that we have inspired the horse to relax both the upper and the lower muscle chain to another level. Does it mean he's totally relaxed? No, but it means that he's gone from where he was, relaxed both upper and lower muscle chain, and gotten to where he is now, more relaxed. I used to always say that when they blew out, they were blowing out their bad ideas, but Dr. Gerd Hirschman, who is a German dressage trainer and vet, says the horse is giving you flowers because you have inspired it to relax upper and lower muscle chain to another level. So we're going to celebrate that for a moment because that's a big deal for him. High freeze horses have trouble with these demonstrative ways of telling us that they're relaxed. So I'm tickled that he did that. It's kind of interesting he's gone back to really standing. I'm going to swish to try to get him away from me, get him to go ahead and deal with some of his stuff. One of the things that we look for in Playground of Safety is where does the horse line up in relationship to the person. Horses that really like to drive, that like to be in control, usually try to line up in the half a circle in front of the person, because in front usually is they are driving. Many times they'll stare at us when they're in front. Some horses that are worried we're going to shapeshift into a predator like to be in the front so they can see our eyes. As horses start to get more confident with our leadership and with us being more consistent, they don't need to stare at our eyes so much. And so those horses sometimes will stop needing to be staring at us, and they may move more behind us. As a horse starts to give up the leadership to us, starts to trust us, feel like they're safe with us, they may line up behind us. So I feel like this lining up directly behind me is an awesome step in the right direction for this horse. Horses feel our energy. They feel our eyes, they feel our belly button. The biggest part of our energy comes out of our eyes and our belly button. And that pressure tends to be the most directly in front of us, and it lowers, 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 until the least pressure place to be around us is directly behind us. So as horses start to get more present, they start to get more connected, more listening to us, they will often find that spot directly behind us, that spot of least pressure. So I love that this one is finding that. Now he's kind of getting his head down a little bit. It's interesting because I'm trying to feel for him, but I'm going to glance back and check on what I've got every now and then. Good boy. Yesterday he spent a lot of time with his head up looking out. I would love it if today we spend a little less time hyper fixated up here and more time experimenting with putting our head down. I would love it if he can spend less time frozen with all 4 feet in one spot and he could move more. He's already moved more than he did the whole time yesterday, so that's awesome. I'm just trying to feel for him. My friend Dancing Pete says when a horse lines up directly behind you, you are in an energetic line that the horse can send into the person what the horse is feeling like in its own body. And I can't say he's sending a whole lot yet, but that's neat that he's gone to this spot to do that. And oftentimes I will use a horse lining up in that spot to tell me, okay, I'm out here, I got a moment to move, I got a moment to stand, I'm ready to do something else. So I think we're going to take this as a cue to go on to the next exercise. So yesterday's playground of safety took about 45 minutes and we never got to blowing out. Today's playground of safety has taken how long, honey?
Right now, 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
So yesterday we took that much time, 45 minutes. Today, 7.5 minutes to get to a spot where this horse is like, all right, I'm ready to do something different. If you take the time it takes less time. Now, we've done something today that he never did yesterday, which was put his foot over the rope. And maybe this is going to be our thing that we're going to work on today in Playground of Safety. Horses will step on the rope, put the foot on the rope. One, the main reason I think it's a leadership puzzle. I have been telling him I'm going to be calm, I'm going to be this calm, balanced, safe leader. Most people freak out when horses step on ropes or horses step over ropes. So they will often try, what if I step over the rope? Can I make your blood pressure go up? So this becomes a leadership test. This horse loves to be the center of focus. He loves the feeling of oxytocin he gets when we stare at him. So he's said, if I step over the rope, I bet I can make her blink. I bet I can make her stare at me. So what I want to do is just wait for him. Wait for him to solve that. Wait for him to undo his foot over the rope. Some people say, well, what if he panics? What if he goes crazy? Well, I'll let go of the rope and I'll catch him if he panics or he goes crazy. Smartest thing to do is do playground of safety in a contained area where if the horse does get a little weird, does get a little panicked, you can let go of him, then you can catch him and start again. So this is sort of fun. He's watching me. Are you going to freak out? Are you going to do something? No, I'm not. I'm just going to stand here, wait. I moved enough that I didn't have a ton of pressure on him, but I'm not going to give him the, oh God, you're having trouble, I'm going to save you. No, he needs to solve this little puzzle himself. Now it seems to me that he has set up the puzzle and now he's frozen. Head straight up, nothing's happening. So I might move the rope a little bit to see if I could inspire him to do something. And I think he's a little confused. Why aren't you over here saving me? Because I'm not going to save you. You can save yourself. I'm going to move the rope around. Move the rope around. I already thought to pick up his foot. He didn't step over the rope. That's okay. I'm going to fling the rope again. I'm going to fling the rope again. And my effort is to put the rope into such a spot that he can solve it. I don't want to take the win of undoing this away from him. I want him to get the win of solving the puzzle. I also don't want to stand here so fixed that he gets in a panic and he feels like, I was right to have gone to survival. Sometimes I also see horses doing this because they needed more time. They needed us to wait longer. I would think that we haven't done this exercise enough. This is only the second time with him. I wouldn't think that he would know that already, but who knows? Maybe he did need a little more time. We're doing some lateral flexion to relax. I'm going to flip our rope again. Close. Lateral flexion. If we take the time it takes, it'll take less time the next time. So we're going to allow this a bit. It's kind of interesting, really. Nice poofy bags under his eyes. I love the head going down there for a second. And it's interesting, he puts his head down, then he pops right back up like, I want to relax, but I can't do it. I want to relax, but I can't do it. I'm going to give him a little flip. There's what came out. Now I'm going to walk back to my original spot. And I'm going to wait for him to do a little release. He's licking his lips. That's really good. Trying to listen for him, look around. It's funny. I think he thought I got too excited about us moving on that fast. Nice head going down. The eyes are softer and blinking today. Good job, buddy. Good job. So, I always hear, how long do I have to stay here? We have to stay here till your horse is a little bit better than it was when it got out here. Our horse came out here and it was trotting. And then it found peace standing still. Then when I was ready to jump, okay, let's go. Then he stood over the rope. We had to give him a little more time. I love that he just scratched right there. I'm going to take this today and then go to the next exercise. If we go to the next exercise and the horse escalates, then I can always go back to playground of safety if I need to. But the fact that he's lined up behind me, I'm going to take that as a cue to go forward. We'll know in a few minutes if I was right or not.